Hey everyone, I was going to try and fit this into a weekly vlog, but as I was filming it, I noticed that it was taking a little bit longer. But um, just real quick, wanted to do an introduction. I made this piece back here for a project that I'm working on. Real quick, wanted to go through and show you the materials that I used to get that done with. First I got some 2-inch foam. I need some plywood. I got just some spare wood that I had laying around here to make the box originally. But I used this Loctite foam board adhesive. It doesn't eat the foam at all, so it worked really good this time. I just had a problem with the other stuff I was using eating away at the foam. This stuff's not supposed to do it, and it gripped really fast and it worked really awesome. So it's about $3.50 a tube though, so I needed 2 tubes for this project, and it was a little expensive, but I think it's worth it not to fall apart. So I use that. You'll need a can of black spray paint, buck at Walmart. Easy stuff. I use pewter gray acrylic paint. This is $3 at Walmart. I got black, and that's $3 as well, and I got white, but you need very little for that. You'll need a black marker, some sort of device to make lines with, yardstick of some sort. I've got my airbrush kit here. This is just a Central Pneumatic airbrush. Get it at Harbor Freight for like 22 bucks. And then a Dremel I used, and I just have a cordless one. And I used this bit, which worked really well in making the brick pattern, or making the texture on the brick. It just worked out great when I carved it out. So it's kind of like a drill bit, sort of. So that, and then of course I use this little thing to make the grout lines. Sorry you can't see it. That's just a little round sanding stone, and that was basically it. Pretty quick. This project took me probably about 5 days, just because I had to let the glue dry and stuff like that. I let the paint dry, but other than that, it went pretty fast. And just got a little tutorial here to show you how everything turned out. So check it out. So I made this real simple wooden box. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be, because I'm going to cover it in foam. It's just real simple. It's got it. It's a good wooden box, I guess. Be nice and sturdy. And this will be what the statue itself will sit on. I'm going to cut out some foam, and we'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Okay, so I noticed it'd be just a sec, but it's actually been a couple of days. I had to let all this foam glue dry so that I could get carving on it. And I cut the top out so I could put the base of the, gosh, I know it's dark, sorry. Cut the top out there, if you can see that, so I can put the base of the statue on top of the box. And then I'll attach the base onto the wood itself. So I'm going to do some carving here, so check it out. I just got a big Dremel bit on the end of that. I'm just carving this foam out in the form of what the plaster might look like if it was cut out, and I'm not being very precise at all. I want it to look kind of jagged on the edges. So after I've got it all carved out into the shape of the crack that I want, I just take my yardstick here. This is how big I'm going to make my bricks. Decided that since it's kind of a littler structure, that it's going to have littler bricks. How's that? And I'm just going to trace out some bricks on here, about 5 inches by whatever this is, 2 inches. Okay, so nothing too scientific about that. Just drew out a little brick pattern. I'm going to carve it out. Alright, so I've just gotten this bit out. This is a little round sanding bit. And you can use a guide if you want. Just get a piece of wood and set it on alongside the line there and run that along there. You probably want to do that if you're doing a bigger project, but since it's so small, I'm just going to use it just regular way. So I wish I had somebody to help me film today, but I don't, so I'm just going to do it now. Alright, got that done. Not exactly straight, but that's okay. We're going to hit this with a heat gun, and everything kind of straightens out, kind of looks a little bit better. This is the only line that you have to be pretty careful on, is not to hit that with the heat gun and have that open up, because then it just doesn't look, I mean, it doesn't look great now, and it'll look even worse if you hit that with the heat gun. So where that connecting joint is, you want to just be careful not to hit that too much with the heat gun. Alright. Once I have the bricks carved out, I go along the edges with a little knife. I'm just going to break them up. I don't want that to look like a sharp edge. This is an older statue, so I go back and forth so it doesn't look uniform. Just going to chip that edge up a little bit. Just gives it that older look. Then you can add a little crack here and there. I just cut it out with this little knife, then I just take little chips out of it. Because when you go over this with spray paint, it's going to open that crack up just a little bit, make it look like a crack. Then I'll also go along these edges here and just chip them up too, just so they don't look so, you know. It's hard to see what I'm doing when I don't have somebody filming for me. Chip up them corners a little bit. You get the idea. Alright, we're getting closer and closer to paint. Alright, so now I've taken it outside and I spray painted it black. You try not to go too thick on it. And then I try to, if you can see those lines, I know you can see it, but the break lines in the foam, God, those suck. I wish they weren't in there. But I try not to spray paint those because you don't want that opening up, but there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, if anybody has any ideas of what you can do about that crack and not make it part of your tombstones or whatnot, I don't know. So I try not to spray paint it. That's what it came out looking like. I'll take it back out in the garage and we'll airbrush it. Guys are working on the cable over there. Shh. After we get the spray painting done, grab the old airbrush out and I airbrush the whole thing black. And make sure you get really good in the cracks. Alright, so all done painted black. Got all sides done. We'll let it dry. Come back and get going on some gray. Alright, so now that I've got it the darker gray, I am going to go over it with a lighter gray. I just took the dark gray and mixed up some white paint in it. Made it a little lighter. And I'm going to do the bricks with it. And then I'm going to do the grout lines with what's ever left over with a little bit more white in it. Trying to keep it so it's not white but just a lighter gray. And we'll see how this turns out. Alright. Alright, so what ended up happening is this is just a little bit too light. It's not the color that I was looking for, so I lightly went over the bricks with this color. And then I went pretty heavy in the grout lines with the same color, but just really heavy. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to let it dry and take a look at it. I might hit it again with a little bit darker gray on the bricks, but I'm going to turn it around here and try just go a little bit lighter on the bricks and see how it works. Alright, we'll check it out here in a minute. Alright everybody, I just got done dry brushing it, and I'm calling this project Finito. There's what it came out looking like. This was all said and done. I'm going to go around this side, but I don't think we're going to be able to see anything. Yeah, it's too dark. But the dry brushing just brought out the cracks. And the chipping. It came out really good. I'm really pleased with my first foam brick carving. Now if we can just make it last until October, that would be awesome. Alright, there you have it. Okay, so after I get done editing this whole video, I realized that I really never touched on what I'm making and why I'm making it. So I know throughout the video I've mentioned a statue a couple of times. Yes, I'm making my very first Monster Mud creation. So I'm going to leave it at that, and that'll be coming up on the video soon. So continue to watch. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Keep killing it. All that good stuff. Talk to you later. Bye.